Mr. Millennial, what kind of endeavor are we getting ourselves into this morning?
They hired professionals, that's all I'm going to say.
All right, let me try to explain to you guys the best I know how what is going on here. We are kind of inheriting somebody else's project. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah. We chose to inherit.
So we kind of bid on this job and did not get it. They went a different route. Obviously you can tell this is not ICF or look like our excavation work. And sometimes if you don't read the fine print, you don't know for sure what all the details make, and the details could affect the final price. Is that a good way to put it?
It's a perfect way to put it.
All right, so we'll leave that at that. So basically, now that this house is built, this is supposed to be backfilled up here to where the tar's at. You can obviously see that's not been done. This should have a perimeter drain in here. That's not there. Also, none of the downspouts are hooked up, and this would have been so easy to do if all this wasn't built. So now we have an access problem. But I don't think it's anything we can't handle. What do you think?
Oh, no, I agree. We can handle it.
It's just going to be a little more difficult.
That's why I said they hired a professional. Finally.
That's to be determined. So
I have all the confidence in the world.
we got the 120 here because obviously this is no job. The 120 is almost going to be too big for some of this. What we're going to have to do, we don't want to take out any more, the homeowners asked us not to take out any more trees than what we have to, but they fully understand if we have to take out a tree, that's what we got. Oh my goodness, it's like a jungle gym around here. That's what we got to do. We got a little rain the last couple days, which has made stuff a little bit sloppy, but we're going to have to get up and through the woods somehow and get access to the back side of the house. We'll do it first with the excavator, but we need to build a good enough road that we can eventually get up in there with the skid steer, because we got a lot of rock and stuff we need to pack up there behind it. And then eventually we need to get some drainage in to where it kicks the water coming off that hill down around through here. So I see maybe 3 smaller trees we're gonna have to take out.
Agreed. Needs to, honestly, for the house's sake.
So here's the plan. We need access first. Once we get access, then we need to get all of our drainage and our pipes and stuff in. Then we can start putting rock in for the foundations for, we are going to build some additional retaining walls and stuff. So we will make it work one way or another. Let's get her started. Perfect.
see how he's got that bench coming across. We're going to keep notching this down and filling the lower end. A lot lower than you. I swear, it's 5 degrees cooler here than right up there.
I swear my blood pressure's about 10% higher than
You're gonna be just fine. tell you what, come over here to the far end, that turned out to be a pretty nice bench. We've still got some stuff here that if we want to keep on going around to slope this in, we can smooth all this out too. That's a pretty good bench all the way out through there. That'll allow us to get back here with the skid steer, turn, get the rock in the hole, etc. Turned out pretty nice. Question.
How did you get me anything?
Why didn't we just bring the 210? You built a master road back there, man.
Yeah, could you imagine that elephant in this picture?
That would have been great.
No, I wouldn't even want the 140 here.
No, trusty.
I'm gonna do stupid beep. I'm gonna have them trusty.
Now you don't have to beep yourself out.
Yeah.
No editing needed.
Yeah, no
Just beep.
Hey, I want to point out there was two road rocks that got over the bank, but for the most part, I kept everything on top of the hill.
Yeah, but one of them stopped short, and the other one made it just off the corner. So, realistically,
That's probably the most impressive part of this whole ordeal.
yeah, it worked out great.
I'm gonna get myself. We need to make. The goal is let me get over the hill, then we'll explain it.
All right.
Well, Mr. Millennial, my nerves are about shot, but we did make it up and around.
Whatever.
I mean, that turned out to be a pretty decent access road.
You know what this is?
It's
You know
a-
what this is?
That's a nut.
But it's a specific kind of thing.
It's a holy nut. It's got a hole in it.
Oh, look, you see the brown dot? It's a buckeye.
I was getting ready to say that's Buckeye in it.
You don't see them very often, do you?
I ate some candies called Buckeyes one time. They look just like that. All right, focus. We got to
I
admire.
was focused.
We don't care about your nuts. Let's look at my beautiful road. So the ultimate goal is to be able to get the skid steer in here, turn, dump rock down in there. But before we do that, the next goal is going to be, we got to, now that we can get the big excavator around here, we're going to level off a bench down below because we need to get the small excavator down there to be able to trench in a perimeter drain and a downspout drain. The ultimate goal when this is all done is that bench may get lowered a little bit more. We're going to do some of this big rock we hit right here. And then have a transition area. Is that the best?
Yeah.
But
Buffer zone.
buffer zone, there we go. But we don't want to do that because first we got to get access. So this is our access road, so we'll get all of our rock backfill in and get our perimeter drains in, and we get retaining wall blocks in here, and that'll be one of the last things we need to do. So now we got access in here. I'm going to track back up with the 120. We're going to level off a bench down there to where we can get the 304 in there, and we're going to turn into plumbers for a little bit, I guess. You want to eat lunch first, though?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you guys after lunch. Lunch, it was absolutely delicious, if you guys are wondering. We're going to walk over here to the other side of our access road, and like I said before, we need to get access with the 304 down below there so we can get some of our plumbing in. So Matt's going to bring, man, this road turned out nice. Who built this thing? Matt's going to come around with the, let's get a little narrow here. Who built this road? Go from one extreme to the other really quick. Easy. Matt's going to come around with the 304. Try to get himself worked up in here. There's a septic tank down there somewhere. Man, what a mess. You may just kind of come over here and guide me. It's hard for me to judge the depth way down there.
close. I think it's going to be very similar to the last time we said, is the 120 going to fit when we were stacking blocks right down the road? It's going to be a tight one, bud.
Insurance paid up?
I hope yours is, because mine, I don't have anything on your stuff, so.
All right, let's see what happens.
So here you guys can see what Mike's talking about. We got to get in between here and dig a trench from over there along the foundation over to there. It's gonna be a tight one, bud. Front that way. You made it. Right under that rock. You only need maybe another foot.
Well, Mr. Millennial, somehow we have managed to wiggle and snake our way back in here.
We got on by.
Have to get skinny to get through here. So, we got a water line we need to deal with right here off the bat. But I'm hoping we can come down and find that footer down there and work our way back out of here. Get a foundation drain in and a downspout drain in. You know how easy this would have been if they just would have done it from the get-go?
Hindsight's 20/20, my time.
I think their hindsight's more like 120, 120. Or 120, 304, get it? All right, bad joke. Should I tell them my joke I had earlier?
Well, that depends on if you want to release it on this platform or a different one.
It'll probably already be on their platform by the time.
Then yes.
I laughed so hard about peeing myself. And Matt didn't think my joke was funny at all.
No, I thought it was funny. What I stated was, that's hilarious and factual at the same time. Not for sure how that works.
So I parked the C8500 down at the lot, and I noticed the fuel gauge was a little bit lower than what I thought it would be. And we all know people nowadays have sticky fingers. I got to thinking, there's one huge advantage to buying a diesel semi, or buying an electric semi.
You say not diesel.
Huge advantage. I can't believe I never thought of this before. I don't have to worry about anybody stealing my lightning bolts.
Kind of impossible.
It's kind of impossible to steal my lightning bolts.
Other than where you plug your cord in. So you just need one lockbox.
But once they're in my lightning bolt tank, nobody's getting them out but me.
You got it.
My lightning bolts are locked up tight.
That's why I say it's hilarious and factual.
That's it. I'm sold. Diesel semi, here I come. Or I can't even say it. Electric
See how
semi.
hard it is for you to agree to something that isn't diesel?
That's because the whole thing's a big joke. But anyways, the lightning bolts are safe with me. All right. This would be a good spot for the Volvo.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't there some equipment manufacturers coming out with some electrics?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about stealing lightning bolts out of that either.
Just saying. We'd need a different type of fuel trailer.
we could have an electric lightning bolt trailer with little wind turbines, so as you're driving down the road with your gas vehicle, it's charging the batteries in your.
Hey, and if all else fails, just pack a diesel generator to the job site.
We were so far off base here. All right, back to reality. Let's dig something. Line up out of there, but I'm leaning just enough. I gotta be really careful I don't get that boom into the house, so we're gonna take it easy here for just a second. Oh, come on, what am I hooked on? The other problem is I don't really have anywhere to go with the dirt. Can I get it up on top? Yep, I can. Good deal. It's tight quarters, I tell you. Is that the footer? Or is it a rock? That's a rock. Probably why somebody didn't put the water line any deeper than what they had it. They didn't want to deal with the rock. We got the rock. All right, let me kind of get my bearings here a little bit. Get started back through here and I'll show you guys what we got. All right, Matt's cleaning that out a little bit underneath that water line there. We were able to find the footer here, which we're basically gonna use for our, you guys even see.
What?
That's what I don't like about this machine. You guys can't see nothing. Neither can I. There, is that better? We did find the footer. We're going to use that for our elevation. Of course, there's rocks in here. Imagine that. Easy does it. How would you like digging all that sticky stuff out with a shovel?
I'd go home.
we got dug down through there. That went pretty smooth. I'm gonna clean out, hang on, this little corner right here. Somewhere, some way, some shape, somehow, we gotta turn this corner with our downspout drain. Matt found a random 6-inch hole in the wall back there that is not properly patched or terminated, so not sure what's going on with that. He's doing a little investigation, but eventually we need to get our pipe around to this corner. I gotta be careful, there's a ground rod right there. Whoop, easy now. Don't be knocking the house over. Oh yes, lovely, no rock. All right, let me get this smoothed up here a little bit, and we'll get ready to start laying some pipe. What might have you found there, buddy?
6-inch hole in the wall.
Where does it go?
To the inside, that then has a framed wall on the other side of it, and a shower in there.
Well, that was awful nice of him. Should we just be like all the other contractors on the job and just ignore it exists?
No. No.
Come on now.
Don't make me mad today.
Well, I'm glad they put a piece of 2x4 in a round pipe to make sure it didn't stay. Have they not heard of arches? I mean, even the Romans knew of arches.
It's the strongest thing there is, man, when it comes to down pressure. What do you think that is? 4 feet?
Yeah, probably.
Nothing here, so it's got to be back there, right?
Yep, that's a finished wall.
So basically that 6-inch hole, if you come around this way,
That must have been an alternate. That must have been an alternate to their sewer line. If plan A didn't work, that was plan B.
well, someone should have clogged up plan B.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that fact. I guess that's now officially our job. Mr. Millennial, I went on a little parts run, and I'm hoping this is the magic plug we need. See, field tile work's gonna pay off overall.
Well, that's 6-inch, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
Well, hold your horses. Oh, yep.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Little tar around that.
We'll be able to tar right along it.
Good
Right
as
over top of
new.
it.
Crisis averted. Next thing.
Seriously, it was a crisis. You should have seen the water come out of that pipe. There had to be water in there.
All right, so now we need to get creative and figure out how we're going to get this downspout run whatever direction we need to go. Got us a nice little fancy adapter right here. Got enough room to get an elbow underneath that. Woo. Oh, it's going to be close. I have to cut a little bit off that. All right, we'll make it work. All right, Miss Millennial, that turned out pretty good. May end up painting from here up brown because that'll be seen above the concrete, but not much else we could do around that post there.
No, that came out nice.
Yep. Got a decent slope running around.
Don't forget the pipe.
Oh yeah, don't forget the pipe. I'm talking to my people, man.
Well, we can do 2 things at once, can't you?
Nope. All right, so got this running down the backside. Need to get her straightened up a little bit. We are going to get this other, easy now.
That was just about a wipeout.
We're gonna get this other downspout tied in over here, some way, shape, or form. And we'll have that done and get our sock pipe rolled out. I think we'll be good to go. So let us fumble around with this one here a little bit and I'll show you what we end up with. All right, give you guys a bird's eye view of kind of the top side here of what we got accomplished and what the plan is going forward. So Matt and I did get our pipe in. You can see our perimeter drain actually runs underneath it. That's because the next phase is we're actually going to build a retaining wall out here. We want that pipe to continue out underneath that retaining wall to catch any water coming down. That also gives us a little bit of pitch and fall in that downspout drain going around. Got our plug tarred in, got the water line tarred in, did touch up a few other little spots on the wall. So that is a huge win for the day. First off, just getting access into this site was a big deal. We were able to accomplish that. Getting that dug out down there was a big deal. Being able to get to 304 snuck in there. We thought we may have to hand dig all that. So getting that 304 snuck in there, it was tight, but it was definitely a time saver making that all happen. So tomorrow we're going to start getting some rock in on this to protect our pipe, protect the wall, and then we'll also use that rock to get our foundations in. We got a retaining wall on this side, like I said, and then we also got a retaining wall over here on the other side. This side here is going to be a little bit more tricky because we got to work around this stairwell right here. And I don't know who dug the electric in. And I don't know who dug in this foundation drain or whatever this trench is right here, but man, they are scary close to those foundation piers for that deck. And those things are not very deep. That one over there, I can tell, has already moved a little bit. So we're gonna try to do some things to make sure they are shored up as well. But that's gonna be a wrap for today, guys. All in all, pretty happy with the way it all turned out. Matt and I are definitely not plumbers, but we made her work. We used every stick of pipe we had and all but 2 fittings. So that's a win. We didn't have to go after any other fittings, so that's definitely a plus. But hopefully you guys enjoyed.
I did a good job quoting it.
Ignore him. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on us teeter-totting over this hill trying to set 4,000-pound retaining wall blocks, I consider subscribing. That way we can catch you on the next one. Later, guys.